Welcome back. Let's talk about these storms. Our satellite and radar currently has a lot of those storms moved further east down the I-70 corridor. Very minimal accumulation is left for this evening. Delta and Montrose might be seeing some later tonight, but I'll get into that in just a moment. We'll see outside on America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. We do have that cloud coverage as we look further east, but of course, we're going to see some pretty clear skies, at least over Grand Junction this evening. Maybe some late night clouds, but not so much of that unsettled weather. But we're going to continue to track this unsettled weather through the rest of the work week. Tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, we might be looking at another round, especially in those high regions, and locally, we might be looking at something late Thursday night and into Friday for Grand Junction, Montrose, Delta, some of those more so southern regions, almost continuous throughout the week. But temperatures are also going to start to return closer to average as we have this unsettled weather move on through. The biggest concerns for these thunderstorms, though, are heavy rain, lightning, and possible hail. There's also going to be some gusty outflow winds, which means that fire danger is going to start increasing, especially during those warmer afternoon hours associated with that lightning as well. Now, the moisture that we're watching bring on in those possible afternoon showers tomorrow, and what also we saw today is this moisture that's being shifted a little bit north of this high pressure system that pushed on down to the Four Corners region. So maybe even surprise pop-up northern mountain showers might also be seen in the next 24 to 48 hours. Locally, we're really going to start to see this moisture get right on the outside of Grand Junction and then shift just a little bit more southwest during the afternoon and evening hours. And we'll see that here in our rain chances that through Grand Junction for tomorrow, not so much. But then as we look towards the end of the work week, that's when we're going to start to see that take an uptick and even stretching possibly into Saturday. And then as we look towards Sunday and Monday, maybe still carrying on, but I think that they should push on out and leave us for a nice dry start to the work week. Now, our future cast is going to take a closer look at this at that 7 o'clock hour. Possible showers through the Delta and Montrose region, pretty light, pretty minimal accumulation this evening. Continuing into that 8 o'clock hour, and then by 9 in those late night hours, we're really starting to get a clearing. Not much expected, at least until Wednesday afternoon. Only focused in those high regions, though. Not really anything in the Grand Valley. But then as we look towards Thursday, that's going to change. Thursday dinner time hour, we might even be seeing some showers in Grand Junction, specifically over Glade Park as well, Moab, Nucla, and stretching into those, of course, Delta and Montrose regions during those late night hours. The models are pretty inconsistent, especially that far out and looking towards Friday, but Friday, rinse and repeat during the afternoon hours. In terms of the next 24 hours, though, not much accumulation is actually going to hit the ground from this storm, but still some that we might see on the ground. I also want to talk about those wind speeds because we're going to start to see those vary, maybe 10, 15, 20, even 25-mile-an-hour winds, and those wind gusts could be pushing to be even heavier than that, and that's, of course, going to give us those heavier fire danger risks. We'll notice here in our fire map that especially during those afternoon hours is when that's going to start pick up, even in those desert valleys. And then that's not even just for Wednesday afternoon. We're also going to start seeing that all the way into Thursday afternoon as we jump into that possible high zone for some of those desert areas. Now, earlier today, we did see those temperatures of 97 through Grand Junction and 89 through Montrose, which did set us couple degrees above those averages, but that's going to change as we look towards the rest of the work week as we start to shift on down, especially right now, sitting at 94, nice 86 through Montrose. Pollen forecast is just about the same as we look at moderate grasses and moderate mold, but Discovery Auto Group's 7-day forecast has us sitting closer and closer to those seasonal averages, especially as we look towards the late weekend and early work week, with Montrose trailing pretty close behind. Some pretty consistent moisture all the way into those weekend days, but again, please be cautious. Lightning, some heavy rain is possible, and even some hail.